9.
A little something for the weekend with Sam Hunt.
Yes, Mr. Sam Hunt's joining us this morning. Good morning, Sam.
Good morning, Wemo, and great to hear, as I call them, decay and destruction.
I thought you might appreciate that.
Decay and destruction.
Yeah.
I think it's quite a good joke. He never got that. He never thought of it because he's David Kilgour, and I was writing to him once as saying, dear decay and destruction.
Yeah.
That's a great album. I love Left by Soft. It's I mean, naturally I would say that I've got a track on there,
Yeah.
but I love the way they do that one of mine. I'm Only a Break with Tony's lead guitar is just beautiful. It's a phenomenal record.
I was down at the local cafe the other day, and they were enjoying the album that you did with David Kilgour through the sound system there. And I was thinking, are you guys planning on working on another one at all?
Yeah, we are. We are. In fact, we've got some shows coming up together. One of them is the Hone Tufare raising money for the preservation of his crib down at Kaka Point.
Yeah.
And that's taking place in Auckland, that is. And David's coming up for that. And I don't know about the whole band or just DK himself. And I'm also playing there. And then we've got another one it is definitely the band and myself at Port Chalmers in a few months' time. So probably on that trip down, it's a hell of a lot easier for one person to travel than a whole band.
Yeah.
And so I go down there, and I've actually haven't even told them this yet, but I've got a house down at Taieri Rivermouth,
yeah.
or the offer, I should say, of a house down there that we can use, set it up as a studio and record a new album, which we've got all the material for now.
Oh, great!
And but the difference will be, and people who love David's voice, and I do, I'm one of them, will be sorry because he won't be singing on this new album because me on lead vocals. It's that one. It's that one. Yeah, it's sort of like we've done in the film where I do tell my poem and the band play along with me.
Yeah.
And so looking forward to it. But I'm falling debris. Yeah. I'm just speaking of good things. Last weekend I was down working in Gisborne, or Gizzy, as they call it.
Yeah.
Gizzy. You're allowed to play around with English names. Apparently, you're not allowed to do that with Maori names. But they call it Gizzy. And Gisborne, well, put it this way.
Well, the people do say Whongers, don't they? Whangarei?
Oh, they do indeed. We say, we're going to Whongers today. Yes, of course, and all those other sort of ones. Yeah. Oh, that's all part of it. Yeah. Thinking of names, I mean, certainly Gisborne, or Poverty Bay, is not living down to the name that Captain Cook gave it, because I was struck last weekend, and maybe I only see the affluent end of things, I don't know, but I hope not. I know there's a lot of poverty about all over New Zealand. But there's a lot of spirit. I was just bowled over by the spirit of Gisborne. I mean, I did a show on the Saturday evening at the Matafero Winery, and that was a lovely night. People I've never heard or seen of, in the audience, a lot of the lovely audience. And then the next afternoon, at the Dome movie theatre, which is in part of the old Gisborne Club.
Yeah.
They've got a movie theatre they set up really well, and they put on the film Purple Balloon, the film about me. And I did a sort of short show beforehand, and then the film, and then I was put on an aeroplane to fly back here to the Kaipara. And it was a wonderful weekend, and I was well looked after. A lot of spirit in those towns like New Plymouth and Gisborne, quite isolated from the rest of New Zealand. They really do have a spirit of their own. It's something, I don't know, it's quite tangible, really. Yeah.
Is it something about being well off State Highway 1?
Well, I don't know. It's just a definite feel, Yeah. Something I want to mention this week, if I may. I've got a lot of stuff I can see I'm not going to do, but because we're talking about Gisborne and things like that. Drugs, and what else were we talking about? DK, that's even worse. No, it's going downhill from here. But I've just had a very nice note. Now, a woman called Ali Middleton, and she's 4 times been a finalist in the Wearable Arts Award in they used to have it in Nelson, and they now have it in Wellington. It's an annual event. And so she wrote to me, got in touch with me some months ago, asking if she could use a poem of mine called Making Tracks as part of her entry. And I really didn't know what sort of she meant, but I'll tell you the poem, and then if anyone's interested, it's going to be one of the finalists. It's called, her work is called Storyboards, and I'll just read you this little note, because I emailed her and said, look, how do I describe what you've done? It's a work that's worn. It's called Storyboards, and I'll just read this little bit she says here. Now, I can't get too deep and meaningful into the work, because the truth is I don't really know where it came from.
Right.
I had no idea from the outset I was capable of producing what I finished up with.
What year was that?
This is this year. This is current. So this one has just been selected for the finalists. So I should have explained that.
Yeah,
In previous years, she's had finalists and I think even a winner at the winners of the Wearable Arts Awards. She said this one started with the Kiwi icon section and the brief for the Wearable Arts. It involved through me having a bit of an obsession with collecting old bits of plywood and driftwood that wash up on the beach and wondering where they've come from, what stories do they tell. I wanted the garments to have some relationship to the sea, because that's where I live and love, using the form of New Zealand's iconic roadside signs. However, once I discovered Making Tracks, that's my poem, that's when it really started to hum. The stories of our men, heroes of the sea, and it just flowed from there. So she's asked if I'd do her a favour and tell the poem Making Tracks. And then if anyone does get along to the Wearable Arts Awards, they'll know a bit more about storyboards.
So will you be there?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was actually asked to do each night, but I can't be away for that long in one place.
Okay.
But I am going to be down there, I think, for some part of it. That's not finalised yet. But,
but is she going to get a recording of you saying it?
Oh, no, we can do that. Yeah,
Right.
no, I haven't really got that far. I don't even know when the Wearable Arts Awards are.
Oh, okay.
Later this year.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, do you know when it is?
No.
Oh, you know help either.
I can do it. I can do it. I can do a little Google search.
Go away. No, don't you go away. You stay right there. I'm going to tell you a poem. It's called Making Tracks. So this is the poem, and she's given me a beautiful painting, which we've got here, which is a sort of a present. And it's a beautiful thing. It's got the word Silver Spray, which is the name of a fishing boat that I've had a lot to do with, which I love. Which when I made a film years ago called Catching the Tide, the Jack Guard built Silver Spray, belonging to Wilfred and Basil McManaway, was the inspiration for my film. And so so now that's gone into it, and then the poem came from there, and now a work of art's come from there. So here's the poem.
25th of August, by the way, till September the 10th.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I will be there. I don't know. I think I am doing something there. I'm just not sure. I don't really look at my diary until I only sort of work a day ahead.
Live in the moment, yeah.
Live in the moment and have somebody else look after that, yeah. So here's a poem which I'd like to say, for you all, called Making Tracks. The fishing boats are all out, dinghies on moorings. The longliners will be back in later. The trawlers won't be in till all bins are full. It could be days. And you ask, how long does it take a track to be a path? Like the first time the grassland is explored, the track left is the track of one man, the gentle tread of a light foot, say. Another person comes another day to the edge of the grassland, or down to the bay a morning like this, the fishing boats out, dinghies on moorings. Whenever they come, they stand, they see the track of the first man, the dinghy keel down the wet sand. And if there's no better option, follow it. It's a track by then. It has something to do with the longliner Silver Spray we watched this morning motor out from the bay for the groper reefs of Cook Strait. The old man aboard is 90, fished with his father from French Pass, went to sea when he was 12. They go back, father to father, fishermen. There's a rock named after one of them. Some say it's him. And if that's not a track, the naming in honour of a rock, I don't know what is. No worry though, the sea is calm, there's no one on the grassland. We are the first ones here, that's right, the first ones born, so let's start making tracks. So there's a little poem for Ally Middleton and wishing her well with the wearable arts, and I hope you enjoyed it too, Whammo.
Yeah, I absolutely did. That was a little something for the weekend, I reckon.
A little something for the weekend. That's right. And I'm going to stay right here this weekend. My son Alf's just had the flu, and he's just coming right, and so it's quite good timing just to come out of the flu at the start of the weekend.
Yeah.
Good timing.
Nice one. Thanks, Sam.
Look, talk to you soon, Whammo.
Yeah.